Hello, IB Economics students. My goal with making these revision notes was to make your revision for your tests at school or for the final exams as quick and easy as possible, looking at everything you need to know and nothing that you don't. And with these videos, these explanatory videos that I'm adding to the notes, I really hope that understanding the subject will become even easier. And so let's just dive into it, starting with the introduction to economics. In this video, we'll look at the very beginning of this section, including the major economic resources. And in the next one, we'll go over scarcity, opportunity costs, and the basic economic questions. So, economics is a social science, but why? The answer is extremely easy. It's because it studies interactions between humans. Because let's face it, even when it comes to firms, bigger businesses, corporations, even multinational corporations, or organizations, institutions, or the governments, all of these are led by human beings making decisions. And hence, economics as a science is a social science looking at these interactions between human beings. Moving on to the next one, we're going to focus on two major parts of the in the syllabus, microeconomics and macroeconomics. There's going to be a third one, the global economy, later on. But for now, we are just looking at microeconomics as opposed to macro. In micro, we are looking at single markets at a time where buyers and sellers interact. And perhaps there are other parties that pop up, such as a government, who might intervene in these markets. But we are looking at one product and one market at a time. Whereas in macroeconomics, it's the whole economy with all the products, all the firms, and all the buyers who are known as consumers in an economy. So that's the major difference between the two. Looking at a single product, a single market in micro, and looking at the whole economy in macroeconomics. The IB wants you to know these key concepts. There are 9 that they identified. My suggestion is to open up your IB Economics Guide on pages 12 to 14 and see what the IB has to say about these. These are extremely helpful. Once you go and write your IAs, you'll have to write 3 IAs. I'm sure you're familiar with these if you're a second year student. So the IB guide gives you quite a good explanation for each of these key concepts that you would then need to use in your IAs. Next up is the primary goal of economics, of this science, which is to allocate scarce resources efficiently to humans who have unlimited needs and wants. In the next video, we'll focus on scarcity. For now, let's just have a look at resources. Okay, they are land, labor, and capital. Plus, we also need to have a business owner, the entrepreneur, to make use of the other 3. But what many students don't know is that land is not just the physical land that you can see in this picture. This picture is about a mine, because I'm trying to show to you with this picture that land stands for natural resources. Okay, so in economics, land stands for natural resources. Labor is not just the workers, it's their mental and also physical capabilities that we can use in production processes. And of course, capital would be the physical tools that we would use in production. And as I said, we need an entrepreneur to put the other 3 to use. Otherwise, we wouldn't have production process. We wouldn't have a product or service being produced. On the right-hand side, you can see the payments, respective payments for each of these factors of production, which are known as resources. And these constitute the household income flow in the circle flow of income model that we'll later on look into. And that's it for the first video. Thank you very much. If you'd like to get access to my notes to speed up your revision and ace IB Economics, then check out the link in the description. Thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.